I'm broken system, broken trust, and I approve this message.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Oh, hey guys, so we're going to just try to keep this rolling. I know Artie already showed this today. So far, everyone's popping up on Restream that's in YouTube chat, so that's an exciting thing. This is going to be a sovereign citizen family? Question mark, IDK. It's a weird one. I was going to do this in a video. I woke up today, got everything ready, was looking for videos. This was like the first thing I saw, but it's like 40 minutes. And a lot of the video is good, so I didn't want to clip it all out, but I also didn't want to make it a 5-hour video. So I just decided, man, it's Saturday. We'll live stream it. Oh, so far, everybody is there. Fur Missile, for some reason, you're not popping over on Restream. So I will just keep my phone up and read comments from there. So we're all good there. Again, sovereign citizen family. Let's pop this up. And let's pop up we need it that way. Let's see if I can pop up the dingus cam as well. There we go. Bella's up here today. So if everybody wants to say hi to Bella, there's Bella. She's not as cool as Dexter. I don't think she's going to lay on the blanket. But any Super Chats memberships, she gets one of those. And from K-Bot Video, sent me some roasted beef lung tips. That will, I guess, be the $20 surprise. And yeah, so this video, it's going to be Florida Fish and Wildlife. The officer right off the bat, and Bella just turned on my Xbox. I don't really particularly like the female officer from the beginning. Everybody else that shows up seems to be cool, but it seems like she's scared of her own shadow. So when we're going to play this, let me know if you guys can hear everything. I guess I clicked audio on, but I know that's never a 1000% thing. So here we go.
Your date of birth? Do you have to think about it?
I wasn't conscious when I was born. Anything is hearsay.
Person, I can only address you as a female man, as an actual who I am, because a person is a piece of paper. It's a legal creation.
Okay. On December 20, 2024, an officer with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Department was on patrol in a state forest when she observed a van parked on a closed road and a dog off leash.
How's it going? Good. I'm Officer Bauer with Florida Fish and Wildlife. How many more people are inside the van? Your wife and baby? Okay. Hey, the reason I'm coming to talk to y'all is you guys can't pull down here with this vehicle. Did you know that? No? Okay. Did you see the...
Okay, now I'm going to throw this whole thing at the wall because now it's wanting to skip and be dumb, I think. Let me see.
Road closed sign when you drove down here?
Road closed? No, they're all open.
Okay. No, this is a closed road. There was a sign before the road that you came in on.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. How long have you guys been here?
We got here yesterday.
Okay.
I'm leaving today.
Okay. Is this your van?
Yep.
Is it registered to you?
It's registered to a company that I manage.
Okay. So it doesn't come back in your name, though? No. Do you have your ID on you?
Is there a reason I need to give you that?
Yes, you're on a closed road, and this is a violation.
Can you show me the sign where it's
Yeah,
closed?
absolutely. After I identify you. So what's your first name?
Covert off.
Do not let that dog come near me. And where are you going in the van right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hang outside the van. Let's not go back in there. What is your first name?
You wanted my ID, I'm going to put my ID.
Okay. Well, I don't want you going inside the van. So what's your first name?
Afraid?
Yes, I am. This is officer safety protocol.
Okay. Well, my ID's right in there.
Okay. I'm asking you for your name.
My name's David.
Okay, David. What's your middle initial? What's your middle name?
My ID is right in there.
I don't want you to grab your ID. Okay? I would like you to give me your name.
Because you're scared.
Yes. I don't want you going inside the van. And don't let that dog come near me.
And you're scared of dogs too?
Yes.
That's a great job you have. Scared of people, scared of dogs.
Are you going to give me your name, David?
I just did. It's
What's your
David.
middle initial?
My name is David.
And what's your last name, David?
I grabbed you my ID.
No, I'm not asking you to grab your ID. I'm asking you to provide me your name.
David, I already told you.
4311 Pensacola. I have a subject being difficult. Can you have an officer
David, I told you my name.
en route to my location? What's your last name, David?
I'll grab you my ID. You need my ID.
Okay.
311, 10-4.
Are you going to give me your name? What's your last name?
QB 71.
I'll grab you
Okay.
my ID. You want
No. Go ahead and stand up. Put your baby down. Put your baby down.
on the floor?
Anywhere. Put her in that basket right there.
QB 71.
I need to hold my dog because you're afraid of my dog. So what exactly do you
I'm
want
going
me
to place
do?
you in handcuffs until I can figure out who you are. So put your baby down in that carrier right there.
4314. I'm 51. Make sure you get 4313. He's much closer. That's 10-4. I was just trying to get full 51. 10-4. Continue to raise him.
All right, turn around, place your hands behind your back.
That's 10-4.
Turn your around and place your hands behind your back.
Now you're not afraid of my dog?
4313.
Yeah, there is. Go ahead and step with me. Will you call your dog? Come here.
Okay, so at this point, I thought for sure the dad, the male subject in this video, was going to be the problem. You will come to find out over the next 36 minutes, 42 seconds, that he is not the problem. He's a problem, but he is not the problem. The female in the video is the problem.
I said I would get you my ID.
I told you I was asking you for your name.
I gave you my name. It's David.
All right, have a seat right here. Is there anything on you? Is there anything on your person?
I have a...
Do you have a weapon? You have what?
I have clothes. I have...
Do you have any weapons on you?
Physical 4313.
Is there any weapons in the van? Is there any weapons in the van?
There's registered. There's a...
4314 reference.
Okay, we're going to walk up to my vehicle.
Go ahead.
I don't know why you don't want that. You're asking me for ID. So I'd get you the ID.
4311, that's cool. I have one subject detained. He's unwilling to give me his name and date of birth. I have three other subjects in the van. I think it's a wife and 2 kids. Here, come here. All right. What's the deal? Why are you not giving me your name?
Because I'd rather give you my ID.
Why are you not giving me your name and date of birth?
4313.
Because you're gonna need my ID anyways.
Why? What
That's
is the
you're asking
reason
for.
that you can't just give me your name and date of birth?
You're gonna ask me for my ID. I'd rather just give you my ID.
I asked you for your ID. You told me your ID was in the van. I told you I
Yeah,
didn't
I'll
want you
go
going in
get
the
it.
van, and I asked you for your name and date of birth.
Because you're gonna ask for my ID anyway.
Your name.
I told you it's David.
What is your middle name? And what's your last name? Okay. We're gonna have a seat in my car.
4313.
Quite a big deal about me
What's your
wanting
date
to
of
give
birth?
you my ID.
What's your date of birth? Do you not know your date of birth? Do you have to think about
I
it?
wasn't conscious when I was born. Anything is hearsay.
Okay, so you don't want to give me your date
I'm
of birth.
happy to give you my ID. It's right in there. You're making quite a big deal about me wanting to give you my government ID. I didn't say I wouldn't give you anything. I'm happy to give you my ID.
Okay, have a seat in the back of my truck. Officer Corbin with Florida Fish and Wildlife.
Hi. There must have been some huge misunderstanding.
I think so.
Okay. I know my husband can be kind of a...
The misunderstanding is that your husband's an idiot. Flat out. I don't care that, again, I'm more... I tried to explain this, I believe, last night. I'm more sovereign citizen than most people that cover the sovereign citizens because I can understand wanting to be just left alone. I get that. But there's a point where you want to be left alone, but you're also fucking wrong. This guy, it's not like they stopped for the night. If they stopped for the night in their car, slept in their car, let their dog out, whatever, and they were leaving, sure. Like, move along, like, it is what it is. But the fact that they literally unpacked their whole life right here, they have a baby walker out there, they built a fire, there's a bunch of chairs everywhere. Like, they were more than likely going to camp there until they got caught. So sure, they're in the wrong there. And the lady's just going to make it worse because she's a sovereign citizen. She's the sovereign citizen, remember.
Strong-willed guy sometimes. So.
Why is that? What's his deal?
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I can testify for that, but
okay.
I mean, everyone has their own past and their own, but he's
sure.
He's not a violent guy. He's not a dangerous guy.
Okay.
We don't have any weapons on us other than like machetes for chopping wood.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I'm sorry if there's been a misunderstanding. I know, like I said, I know he can be strong-willed. So.
Yeah. Is there any reason why he's not wanting to give me his name and date of birth? Does he have any warrants?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Would there be any reason why he's failing to identify himself?
Just on principle, I think. Just.
What do you mean?
Just, I think, like, the principle of, you know, like, not aggression principle, I think, like, of just we're out here peacefully kind of trying not to cause any issue to anyone, and so I think coming up and being questioned, I think maybe kind of just affront something in him. That
Do you know why I'm down here?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm down here because you guys have drove your vehicle into a closed road. And this is, you can't have your vehicle down here. That's why I was trying to identify him.
Gosh,
so I told him there was a violation, and now he's questioning me as to why I'm asking him for identification. Okay. Does that make sense to you?
Well, I mean, we're happy. We didn't know we violated anything, so
sure.
we're happy to move. I mean, and I can understand why this has caused, like, some kind of issue. I hope that we can get this resolved peacefully, because that's all we
I've tried to, and I want to, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that you do. I mean, I'm sure you're a reasonable person, I mean, obviously. I can understand. I didn't hear much of what was happening, but I can hear his tone, and like I said, sometimes he just kind of can be a little argumentative. And it's just something in him, I think, that is just... He's, like I say, he's peaceful, he's not violent, he's not dangerous. He just has these strong principles of kind of...
So how many times have we heard sovereign citizens say, oh, we're not dangerous, we're not aggressive, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll pull guns on cops and shoot them. Like, I've covered them extensively on my channel. They'll randomly just do that. They'll randomly Timothy McVeigh blow up a building, but they're not aggressive. They're not dangerous. They're not violent. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense. And yes, so off topic, I built this overlay about 20 minutes ago so that I didn't have to keep throwing this out there, but I know that the links are way more helpful than seeing it. But I put my Reading the Room channel up there. I put my Rumble link, which is a little off kilter there, my TikTok link, and my KFAR, the body cam channel link or thing up there. So if you guys want to go and subscribe to all the old channels. The Reading the Room one is the one I'm spending the second most time on. That's the sci-fi one that I'm halfway done editing a video for right now. But go subscribe everywhere. Thank you.
You know, personal freedom and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Just being out here by himself, kind of like leaving everyone alone.
Sure. So really quick, I am still trying to identify him. He doesn't remember his date of birth or something. He says he wasn't conscious when he was born, so he doesn't know his date of birth. Okay. Do you happen to have his ID? And before you move anywhere, can you tell me where it is?
Yeah, I think that he's got an ID right up in the front here, right in this little pocket. He's got a wallet here.
Okay.
It's right there.
This is for officer safety purposes only.
Course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I open this door while you grab that ID for me?
I don't know, because my dog is sitting right there, so I don't know if that will make you feel safe.
Where is? So it's sitting on the.
I can keep my hands visible.
Sure, that would be great. Perfect. Thank you.
And this is one of those things that kills me with a ton of officers lately. They're scared to death of anything with 4 legs. I'm not that guy where regularly Mrs. Kfar will be like, oh, there's a gigantic German Shepherd running loose in the neighborhood. And I'm the first guy to go out there and be like, I would like to, can I pet that dog? You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Last time we moved, there was like a giant, ugly looking pit bull roaming the streets. And I ran out there, can I pet that dog? And the dog ran over and we were best friends. So I don't understand why all of these officers are scared of these little dogs. Like all of my dogs are more terrifying looking than this dog, and none of my dogs are terrifying. Erica, yo, what's up? And I saw Bob here earlier. I wonder if Brutal Bob's still here. I saw him earlier. Yeah, she should have an office job. 1,000%. Do they need a, well, to be fair, she's a game warden. So do they have front desk officers for game wardens?
Yep.
Is there anything, I know you said that there was no weapons in the vehicle, right?
Only the machetes we have for cutting wood.
Okay.
As far as I know,
Okay.
I don't have.
And you've got 2 babies in there.
Yeah, we've got 2
All right.
children. Yep. And a dog.
Okay.
Can I put this back where I
Yep,
have it?
you can. Thank you.
Hi, Bella.
Yes, you can.
Hi, Bella.
4311, I'm 10-4. I got one detained in the back of my vehicle. Can you run a California 27? Also, you can call off any SO or
Too late.
94.
Too late.
I'm 10-4. 1065.
You called. Now the whole squad's coming.
Are you Miss?
I'm sorry?
Are you Mrs. Lopez?
No.
Miss Lopez? Are you related to him?
I'm the mother of his children.
Okay. What is your name?
Am I required to answer questions? I only ask because I don't feel like I've also really done anything. We're happy to move. I'm sorry that we broke the rule, that we didn't know we were breaking, but...
Okay. Hang tight for me.
Yes, I'm opening your bag of roasted beef lung tips from K-Bot Video. I'm opening them. So this is the thing that sovereign citizens fail to realize. This is a warning type situation. Hey, can you pack up your stuff? This is a closed road. Just like move it somewhere else. Have a good day. Bye. And that would be the end of the whole conversation. But the fact that these guys are like holding out and that they like playing these like word games, like it's a bit ridiculous. Aero Scout, what is up? All right, guys, this is a roasted beef lung tip. Oh, so it's not that they have them pulled over. It's that they went into a closed road and set up shop in the closed road. So the officer, or it was actually a game warden, showed up, said, hey, y'all need to move. Let me get your ID, blah, blah, blah. And we'll get this shit moving. And both of them so far have fought giving over an ID. And he went full, I don't know my name and date of birth, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, Luna Knight, 1,000%. I know that they don't do simple. If they knew simple, I wouldn't be able to do this because it would be a 30-second traffic stop. Bella, chickens are friends, not food.
And Officer Ross from Fish and Wildlife, how you doing?
Doing awesome.
Okay. What's going on?
She didn't want me to give her my ID. So that's all I know.
Okay, well, she didn't want you to go in your van for officer safety reasons. So you still have to identify yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, is give her my ID.
I understand that, but she didn't want you to go in your vehicle, so she wanted you to give your date of birth. What was that? What was the problem with that?
I just would rather be very official and give her the government-issued document.
Okay.
What did you say? What did you say?
You say you'd rather be official and give you the government
Issued document.
Okay. Okay, but that's not what she asked. Whether you want to or not, she asked you to give your name and birth. You have to comply. Okay. If not, that is it's obstruction, interference with law enforcement investigation. Do you understand?
I told her I was happy to give her.
I understand, but she didn't want you to go in the van for officer safety reasons. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't want you to go into the vehicle. Okay. All right. So, you know, obviously there's a violation. There's a reason why we're here. It's posted up there. That's a road closed sign. Whether you know that or not, that's beyond the point. There's a violation. She's trying to identify you, and you're not giving her the information that she's asking for. No, don't say that about the license. She already told you that not to go in the van, but she didn't want you going in there. So she's trying to get your name and date of birth. You have to comply with law enforcement when they ask you for your name and date of birth. If there's a violation, she addressed the violation.
I have the right to remain silent.
Yeah, they're on. That's fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you can also go to jail for failing to identify yourself. So
I was not failing.
You don't have to tell.
I was telling you that my ID was in there.
And again, this is what. Oh, yeah. Has Chili released his board game yet? Are those just banana chips for dogs? That's what they look like. They look like just banana chips for dogs. It's like all the dented bananas that they couldn't use for chips. They just made them dog treats. Chili's just going off the rails at this point. Bella, don't look at the chickens. Yeah, he's going off the rails at this point. It seems like he's not getting as many views as he used to. I'm waiting for him to pull the George Metz and try to make a whole new channel. I don't know if you guys saw my post from yesterday, but Rogue Nation made another channel called, Majorly Awesome, where he's posting videos. So it seems like a lot of these guys are failing in their main channels where they used to have success. So now they're trying to jumpstart another channel, which is not going to work for either one of them. Am I too scared to eat one? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it for $20, but I ain't going to just full on eat a dog treat for no reason. What was I going on about here? Oh, yes, you have a right to remain silent, but when you're legally stopped, you're required to ID. Like, you're getting a ticket. You have to ID. Bella, you're freaking me out. Are you going to try to eat my chickens? Not yet, Cecil B. Not yet. He claimed that he wasn't there during he wasn't conscious when he was born, so he doesn't know his ID or his date of birth. He's pulled that so far. I'm going to go put Bella away because I don't trust her near chickens. Yeah, and she's like standing over the chicken cage trying to like bite through it. So I'm going to put her back downstairs.
And I was happy to give that to you.
Okay.
She could have gone in there. It was right in the front seat. She could have gone in there and grabbed it.
Did you get permission to enter the van?
You didn't ask. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk to you in a minute. Jesus.
There's clearly been a huge misunderstanding as to what you think we're doing here or who you think we are or something. And I'm really sorry for that. Like I said, I can totally understand. Maybe there's a way that like I can talk to him with you guys and like maybe talk some sense into him, let him get the answers that you need, or we just want this to resolve peacefully.
Yeah, I don't think he wants the same. I don't feel like he.
Like maybe if I could talk to him with you guys there, maybe he would hear that we need this resolved peacefully.
I don't know who you are.
Fair.
So I'm not gonna let you guys. I mean, can you?
I'm sorry.
Is that your dog?
Yeah, Lily, hop it. Come on, hop in. Hop in. She's really sweet. Hop in.
So,
Hop in.
that is your dog?
This is my dog.
Why was your dog off leash when we got here?
Oh, just there was no one around and she wasn't going anywhere and I...
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a violation.
Okay.
And now I do need your ID.
Okay. That does get a little bit tricky and I can understand that because I gave up my citizenship. I actually don't have one.
Okay.
And so I don't have an ID to show you because I haven't had one for several years.
And that's fine.
So I want you to stateless. I don't have a citizenship.
Okay. What's your first name?
Josie.
Jay.
Were you born in the United States?
Yeah, I was born in Michigan. And my children were both born in California.
Yes, you heard that right, folks. A sovereign citizen from Michigan. There must be something in the water. I don't understand. And being on the closed road, warning. Dog without a leash in the middle of nowhere, warning. I get all that, but you run into this thing where it's going to be a warning if you're not a dick. But if you go out of your way to be a dick and play games, yeah, that warning's going to turn into a ticket. Like, every time.
Okay. What's your first name?
Josie.
How do you spell it?
Josie.
What's your middle initial?
I don't have any of them.
Okay, what's your last name?
I don't have a last name.
What was the name that you were given with when you were...
I'm not really comfortable sharing that. It's not part of who I am.
Okay, so now you have a violation. Okay, so you are required to give me your first and last name and your date of birth.
I gave you the name that I have as my legal name. I gave up my citizenship. That's not who I am anymore. Thanks.
Okay, what's your social security number?
I gave it up when I gave up my citizenship. I gave up all
That's
of
not
it.
how that
You're
works.
renouncing your citizenship. You do it as like a formal declaration, and you actually give it up and you become what's called stateless because you don't take citizenship anywhere else. So it is a legal classification. I do have rights that are protected by the United Nations. I have documentation for all of that.
Can I see
Listen to her.
I hope I have a copy of it on paper on me. Yes. Can I look for it in the van?
One second.
I really don't want her involved, but she'll be so unhappy if I leave her in here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's more comfortable, that's fine.
I prefer for only the necessary parties to be involved, but she's really just gonna put up a fit if I leave her in here. So.
Okay.
I'll be right by her too.
You go by Josie?
I do.
Okay, I'm Officer Mullins, Fish and Wildlife. We're here to address some violations, okay? So this is pretty cut and dry.
Yep.
Okay, we need your identification, okay?
Right.
One way or another, these officers have told me, which you've informed them, we need a name and date of birth that we can validate, okay? We're going to issue a warning and or citation.
Okay, so before he gets into this, I'm going to go into this because she brought up something that it's not a normal part of the script. So I decided to, yeah, shocker, look it up. Oh, I don't want to do that. What did I just do? Oh, shucks, what did I do? Oh, I shared that screen. That's what I wanted to not do. All right, so a stateless person. Right now, according to counts of 2022, there are 4.4 million stateless people. Regions with significant populations of stateless people, Bangladesh almost has 1 million. The Republic of some random place on the Ivory Coast has almost 1 million. Myanmar has 630,000. Thailand, 574,000. She is not one of these people. Stateless people are just not what she's talking about. These are, like, if you're in America and you're born in America, you are an American, however much I dislike that half the time. Some places are, if your parents are, let's say, French, you're French, no matter where you were born. Some places don't have that. So that's what would make you stateless. Or let's say out of something, you were born in a country and that country no longer exists. Therefore, you are stateless. She's trying to be extra about this, and that's just not how it works.
Depending on the violations, okay? If you do not provide that, you will go to jail.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Make sense.
And let me tell you this, okay? What you're saying you provided, we need a first name, middle.
Right. David provided a state issued ID.
Okay, and I'm asking for yours. And I understand, and I'm trying to be very clear and very nice. Okay, I understand you have a family. Okay, do you have any family here?
I don't.
Okay.
We're just passing through.
Okay, that's fine. And I want you to continue to pass through. But we need your identification. Name and date of birth is acceptable. Okay? So what is your first name?
Josie.
I'm making this very, very clear to you.
Right.
Okay, this will get drug. And I'm hold on. You listen to me. You listen to me. Okay? I'm trying to be very nice. You have your children here. Okay? We all have families. We need your first name, your middle, your last, and your date of birth. Okay? I'm trying to make this very clear. Okay? This will continue as long as you want it to. Okay?
I provided you with all the information I have.
What is your middle name? What is your last name?
It doesn't work like that.
What is your date of birth? That is not how this works.
It's the end of my statement.
So,
you want to go to jail, have your kids turned over to the Department of Children and Families and everything because you will not provide a name.
Of course not.
Okay, it's as simple as that. I'm running you through the rigmarole here. Okay, you fail to provide, I will happily take you to jail. And I will call DCF and they will come out and take your kids and place them somewhere else.
I can understand that you're trying to intimidate me. The problem is
I'm not talking
as a stateless person.
That doesn't matter in the United States.
Well, the United States is party to the United Nations, who does protect stateless.
We are in Florida. We follow Florida state statute.
Okay, so if someone
You
is
were-
indigenous, they don't have rights.
You were in violation of Florida state statute.
Indigenous don't have rights.
You're not fucking indigenous. There, I said it. Just because you wear a goofy ass fucking hat doesn't make you indigenous. Just because you say, "Oh, I'm a freeman on the land," doesn't make you indigenous. It just makes you dumb. Yeah, this woman is ridiculous. The officers aren't threatening you with, "Oh, if you don't do this, we're gonna have to call CPS on you." No. They're letting you know that if you continue this, they're going to be forced. Their hands will be tied. You can't leave 2 kids in the middle of the woods in Florida. There'll be alligator food the moment they, wander off near water. It wasn't a threat. The officers don't, okay, this is going to go, you guys aren't going to believe this, but officers don't want to do that because it's too much paperwork. They don't want to call CPS to come get kids. They have to, assign a specific officer to be with those kids until CPS can come. Whether that's them taking the kids, maybe they have car seats, maybe they don't, or maybe they're just sitting at this bullshit campsite until CPS gets there. Nobody wants to do that. Then you got to do all the paperwork. Nobody wants to do that. So it's like, ma'am, just stop being an idiot. It's like really that simple.
You were in violation of Florida state statute.
Okay,
you need going down this road.
Are you going to listen or are you going to talk? Because you keep talking over the officer.
I'm question. I haven't gotten an answer yet.
Okay.
Indigenous people have rights.
How do you classify as indigenous?
I'm native to the land. I was
Doesn't
born
work
here.
like that.
Okay.
Oh.
So were we. Okay.
Right.
We're in the
United.
United.
We're all here.
Okay.
You're welcome here. We haven't done anything to prevent you from being here.
Okay. You understand you're in violation of the law.
And 10:15.
Okay.
I'm out of handcuffs.
Okay.
I would like to stay with my children until the last possible moment, please.
Doesn't work like that. You don't get to pick and choose.
Okay.
You failed to identify. You go in handcuffs.
You're free to violate my rights, but that is your choice, and I'm not going to allow it to happen. So. And I don't mean that. Let me classify. Because I understand.
Are you going to resist arrest? Because that's where we're going with this. You
are
going to be placed under arrest if you don't.
I would like to clarify because I understand how you could take that. I am not going to do anything violent. I am not going to hurt anyone. I am not going to do anything like that. It's not my will to be arrested.
But your actions are saying otherwise because you're failing to identify yourself. Do you see how your actions and your words are contradicting?
I can't identify myself because I gave up all my forms of identification. I turned them all in. I gave them all back when I rescinded my citizenship.
Let's do this. What was your name when you were born? What was the name you were given that was not redacted at that time? What was the name you were given when you were born?
I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay, so you are required by law to share that information.
And I will share it with a party who is qualified, but I don't.
Do you not think that we're the qualified party?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. Well,
So she's Fish and Wildlife, right? She's game warden, whatever. The guy to the right, it clearly says sheriff on it. Obviously, he's probably just a sheriff deputy, but he's with the sheriff's office. Sovereign citizens think the sheriff is the end-all, be-all of law enforcement in any state. That doesn't qualify as a qualified person to get your dead name, if you will. And let's see here. So, Tim, I want to talk about that hat. And I know Ed said something about the hat earlier. I used to have a bunch of those hats because in Michigan, turns out it gets cold and they're very comfortable hats. But this chick is in Florida. Like, what are you doing? Let's see here. Mark says something about it. No, I've got to find it. And Docs Jeff 2020 said, why are they placating her and just arrest her? They're not arresting her because she's using that baby as a human shield. That's why. Point blank, that's why. They don't want to wrestle with her and risk hurting the kid.
you're going to be placed under arrest. Can I have a pair of set of handcuffs? Because we're going to 10-15 for obstruction and failure to identify.
I just want to make sure you really want to go down this road. But before, because this, I'm sure this is all, I'm sure, provide your name, middle, date of birth. You're refusing to provide identification. You violated the law.
Whether you want to believe it or not, you are.
It's not that I don't believe it. It's that I lost.
Are you refusing to provide identification
or
your name and date of birth?
And you said you had documentation that you could provide.
I do.
You
it's
don't
on
have
my
that
computer.
either?
It's on my computer. I don't have it printed off. I don't have it printed off.
You said you were going to handwrite it.
Because that's all I have. I only have it on my computer. If you'd like me to email you a copy, I'd be happy to.
Can you show us on the computer?
Sure, absolutely. I didn't know if you would be like if you would accept that or not. I don't know. I'm not sure what your rules are.
Where's your computer at?
The computer is in the bed area.
Is your other child the only person in the vehicle?
And my dog. Yes,
okay.
Bud, I'll be right back, okay, sweetie? I need you to give me just a minute.
Okay. Are you going to provide us identification? On the computer, whatever form you have.
I'd be happy to give you my statement of origin belonging.
It's going to be
it amounts to stateless travel documentation in your jurisdiction.
So it's going to be fraudulent either way.
Okay. I don't have a governing body to issue me documentation. Who would I go to?
Reside in the United
genuinely,
States
really, can I just have one quick second?
No, because I'm done with you. I'm done with this stringing it along.
I understand.
I will happily take you to jail. You can be booked in as.
She doesn't have a governing body to issue her any documents because she tried to give up documents from the state she belonged to previously. Also, she's 1000% still in the system. She's going to, spoiler alert, she's going to point to, oh, I just have to show you this video. It is 1000% a YouTube video from somebody like, what is his name? Like Taquan X or that Michael Lang guy who thinks they're outside of the system, but still using the system, but they only want to use the system the way they want to, where they pinky promise and all that shit to pay for things. It's like, that's not how it works. They're living in that van. Her PC is in the bed area. How about that? Yeah. So it's probably one of those like travel vans that they made into like a house, but they're renting it from a company. So I don't know what the inside's going to end up looking like, but the fact that there's 2 grown people, 2 children and a dog in that tiny ass space. Can't do it. Pass. Hard pass.
There's a lot of Jane Does with warrants.
Can I ask you one question, please?
Sure.
Okay. If I, which I did, gave back all my documentation and did not take a new governing body to issue me documentation, who would I get it from? Because if there's a place, let me go get it. Who would I get it from?
You were still a United States citizen.
But I gave it up, though. That's what we have.
That is not how any of this works.
I can show you the process how it works. I can go to the website and show you how it works to become a stateless person. You renounce your citizenship. You give all your IDs back. Okay.
So you're an illegal alien in the United States.
So who do you give that back to, though? You keep saying you give it back to somebody. Who do you give it back to?
Well, the issuing body.
Boot Productions, do you know how they have so much disposable income? They don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes. A lot of them work under the table doing random shit. It's just crazy. So generally specific, yeah, it seems there's more and more. It seems like every day of people like this just running loose in society. And I think me and you are on the same page where for the most part, we just want to be left alone by everyone. But it's like these people are going out of their way to have confrontations with everyone, but then want to claim, I just want to be left alone. And it's like, you can't have it both ways. These people just don't get it.
The IRS, whoever issued the documentation, like the Social Security card, like the birth certificate, the driver's license, all this stuff went back to the issuing bodies.
But that's our thing. Why can't you provide us the names that you were initially given as far as that?
Because you don't feel comfortable. Is that right?
I really don't, but if that's really what this is going to hinge on, I mean, okay.
And you are willing to go to jail and have DCF collect your children. And you have no family. And listen, you are not listening. You are not listening. You are not listening to the words that we are saying.
Generally specific, you nailed it. Cecil B, you nailed it. So what I found regularly with sovereign citizens and Moors and freemen on the land and whatever they want to claim, they always say, oh, I'm not part of this anymore. I returned my driver's license. I gave up my Social Security card. But then you look through their wallet, because I've seen a few videos where they take them to jail and like inventory everything. And it's like, your food stamp card seems to still be in your wallet. I wonder if you gave that up. Like, The taxpayers are the suckers, 1000%.
We are trying to be very, very clear here, and I just want to make crystal clear that you know that you have every opportunity to provide identification. And listen, okay? Because I don't know if you understand that you will go to jail and DCF will get your children. You have no family here, you said. You're passing through, and you are willing to, you want to go down that road.
It sounds like what you're saying is that you're willing to put me in jail and take my children when I've done nothing wrong. I've hurt no one. I've harmed no one.
We are telling you, you are violating the law.
And you have a person to cite violations for.
We are citing you as well. And you are choosing this.
For what?
Hey, I forgot what his name is already. I don't really care. There's too many of these to keep track of. Hey, random baby daddy that's already in. You're just going to eat every ticket, every charge, because I don't want to give them my name. That's what she just did. So it's like baby daddy meat under the bus.
Your dog is off leash.
Okay, can you cite David for that? It's his dog too.
No, I'm not having a conversation with you about that.
There it is.
We are citing
David's
you.
the sucker in this scenario.
No. You're asking the decision-making process of an officer, and we're telling you you are in violation of the law.
I'm not a citizen.
Okay.
In violation of other. I don't have a citizenship. Okay. I'm really trying to be like I respect.
No, you're not. You are not trying to be cooperative. We are way past. We're like.
Do you love your kids? Of course I do.
Do you want them to be picked up by DCF?
I was born with, if that's what this takes. All I'm saying is that.
What is it?
At least provide that.
All I'm saying is that it's crazy that you would put me in jail and take my children over a name when I've done nothing wrong.
You were the one choosing this.
When I've done nothing wrong.
And
you were trying to paint us as.
No one.
She's trying to gaslight.
And I want to make this very clear. If you give us a false name and date of birth,
give you a false name.
If you do not provide us with the name that you were given when you were born and the date of birth that you were given when you were born, you are going to go to jail. End of.
So yes, Ryan, this is their food stamp card, Medicaid, hell, even their medical marijuana card. They have it all, but they're not citizens. They want to. This is why I can't take these people serious. This is why I won't debate any of them. Because they want to take all of the. They want to use up everything society has, but they don't want to take responsibility for what it takes to make that happen. They want no responsibility for anything else, but they want to take advantage of everything. So anytime the government has a handout, they will take it. But anytime they have to hand something to the government, they're like, nope, I'm out. That's where I draw the line. I only want to take, I don't want to give. And like a bunch of people already said, generally specific included, like the taxpayer is the sucker. And this whole stateless thing, I'm pretty sure if some of those stateless people that I named earlier from Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, if they come to America, guess what? They're going to have to ID. They're going to have all these things that they have to do.
I bet you're going to take me to jail either way.
We really don't want.
It really seems like
We rather we don't. We're not. No.
So
I've done nothing wrong. We're happy to leave.
We told you what you did.
So provide this officer your name and date of birth.
The name that I was born with is Devon, D-E-V-O-N. Hagen, H-A-G-E-N.
Did you have a middle name?
Rochelle.
And your date of birth?
That citizen's date of birth is 7/15.
Bitch, that's you!
And where did they originate from, or where were they issued a past ID out of?
Michigan.
Michigan?
All right, Erica, member for 30 fucking months. Patience on your part, 1,000%. Thank you for sticking by me as long as you have. Didn't mean to bring that up. But no, so she goes by Josie, but her actual name is Devon. It's like, what are you trying to hide?
Okay.
We're out here harming no one, just wanting to be left alone. We're sorry we broke the, whatever, we didn't realize.
Yeah. And I understand what you're saying and what you're trying to say, but you understand you're way overcomplicating this. Okay? And we are trying to be understandable, and I'm trying to just talk to you as a person who has kids. And I don't know if you want this kind of attention because it really seems like it. You're saying the words you're saying the words that you want to be left alone, that you haven't done anything, and as a reasonable person and officer, we're telling you violated the law. And we're trying to be reasonable. You have drugged this way out.
I rescinded my citizenship based on a sincere spiritual conviction, and that's incredibly important to me. And,
okay.
And if that's not allowed in the United States,
okay.
then we can go somewhere
else.
So,
for example, like, how did you rent this van? Is it your van? Do you own the van?
I can't speak on this van.
Okay, it's your van. Okay. You're talking about a bunch of stuff that isn't pertinent to what we're talking about. Okay, if you feel that you rescinded something, so be it. Okay, we're just trying to let you know when you're in violation of the law, we have to address the person. Okay, not just
and
like
we gave you a person's address. We're happy to have you slap the citation on that person.
Okay. And I'd love to try and speak with you more. I think we're just.
I can't address you as a person. I can only address you as a female man, as an actual who I am. Because
here comes the soft word salad.
Okay.
So I can't address you in that way. The piece of paper that I gave you, that name, that's the person. That's who you can address in that way.
Okay.
But I'm just talking to you as a flesh and blood entity in front of me. Because I do respect you.
Yeah.
Because I do, and I don't want anything negative against you at all.
Okay.
I genuinely, honestly want to resolve this peacefully and amicably.
We do too.
And we genuinely just want to leave people alone. That's what we're doing here in the middle of the woods.
Right.
We just want to leave people alone. And I'm sorry that we violated your ordinances. We do genuinely try to keep clean. We clean up after ourselves.
Okay.
We try to be respectful.
And that's just like driving down the road closed. I mean, the road closed sign is very obvious. I mean, you have to. You didn't see it right before you drove into the river? Okay. Do you see the bluff right there?
Yeah, we were following
the road
tracks.
closed?
I followed the road tracks. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was a genuine misunderstanding.
Okay. So but you operate the vehicle. So what? Well, you said you were following tracks. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to trip you up. What I'm saying. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm not trying to. Whoa. What I'm saying is you operate the vehicle. So if you got pulled over, what identification are you going to provide? When you rent. Say you rent something. What identification do you provide?
I don't do any of those things because I'm not a citizen. I don't partake in citizen benefits. I don't have a bank account. I don't ask for government benefits. I don't do any of those things. Okay.
But you're out here on government land. You're out here on public land. This is 110% public land.
I'll be right with you, sweetie. Okay. I know, bud. I know.
Okay. Look,
I understand that you think you own the land. I understand that. No. Indigenous people don't really see that.
You are playing. Yeah, okay.
Fuck. Okay, so actual indigenous people, I think they get the gist of like private property, government property, military property, which is paid for by the public, but technically like private. They understand that if you go into a government building, a locked closet is a no-go. They understand that. I'm also sure that if they were doing something wrong and they said, hey, man, we're going to give you a warning. We just need your name real quick. Cool. All right, have a good day. I'm pretty sure they're going to give their name. They're not going to concoct this whole story about how they went on YouTube and found a video that led them to a website, and now they denounced their citizenship. They're not going to play that card. But this bitch is crazy.
So, what do you go by, Devin? Josie, okay.
I would only call her Devin.
We got the same goal. We're going to be peacefully. Everybody can go their merry way. Okay. I don't know that that's going to be necessary. Again, based on your cooperation.
And that's what, like, I understand. Okay. He can be strong-willed, but
I haven't even talked to him.
So I don't know. But apparently that's what caused this interaction. And so whatever, if I can help to peacefully facilitate the mediation of this.
And again, I just want to reiterate to you, our goal is not to take you to jail. Okay, we would much prefer your children stay with you. Okay, so again, based on your cooperation. Okay, we're going to address violations just like we do every single day. Okay, the same way we deal with everybody.
I hope you can see I'm not trying not to cooperate.
Okay. Okay, you got to understand. In my shoes, the name game feels very uncooperative.
Absolutely, and I understand that people who. The whole sovereign citizen thing, like those people can be dangerous to you guys. And I respect that you have to be worried about that.
Bitch, you are those people. You are those people. This is one of the things that I hate. They will play the sovereign citizen word game. They will use the same script as a sovereign citizen. They will use the same rhetoric as a sovereign citizen. They will believe in the same sovereign citizen topics. But the moment you're going to slap them with the sovereign citizen title, they're like, oh, shit, no, I'm a freeman on the land. And it's like, I wish I had a piece of paper handy. Sovereign citizen. Okay. Sovereign citizen's at the top. Everyone considers that for the most part a domestic terrorist. That's what a sovereign citizen is. They took that and said, well, I want to use everything that they use, but I don't want to be considered as domestic terrorists. So they're like freeman on the land, American state national, yada, yada. And it's like, it all leads to the same place. You are the same type of people. You just don't want to be considered a domestic terrorist. Even the Amish have IDs. If the Amish have IDs, you should have an ID.
We're not those people.
Okay. And look, and if I'm trying really hard to deal with you.
I can see you are.
Okay. I really do. No, you're fine. I really do want to resolve this, and I think you do too.
I do.
But these officers are going to come back and talk to you, and it is paramount that you cooperate. You do not want to go to jail. Okay? And I want to make very crystal clear, we really don't want to take you to jail.
What does that mean when you say that I'll need to cooperate?
Cooperate. You're going to get a citation. Okay. You're going to have to sign the citation. Okay? If you don't sign the citation, you'll go to jail.
I understand.
Okay?
Perfectly.
Good?
Yes.
So you're going to sign the citation? Okay. Okay, so long as we can cooperate, we can. Now, the other portion of this is you don't have a driver's license.
Is David getting arrested?
Yes. The van, do you have friends locally? Do you know anybody that can operate the van?
I have a friend who lives in Tampa.
Oh gosh, okay.
I know, I'm sorry. Like I said, we're just passing through.
Okay.
But I want to cooperate as much as I can because
right.
Whatever we can do to keep the situation. I understand that you certainly probably can't let me drive the van away. And I would never ask you to let me do that.
I mean, and it's not just me.
I understand that it all causes a host of complications.
If you got into a wreck or God forbid something, yeah.
It's not okay for me to do that. I understand.
Yeah.
So I would like to just resolve this in any way that we can.
Okay. And I'm just trying to see, you don't have anybody locally that you know or family, friends?
Well, like we're near Pensacola?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a woman that we're buying breast milk from, which is why we're in the area. So
okay.
I don't know her,
okay.
but I was going to meet up with her.
Well, chances are she's probably fairly compassionate. She sounds nice.
She is.
But okay, we'll think on it. Okay. Just think on it.
What is he going to be arrested for? Can I ask?
I don't know exactly. You saw me pull up. I don't know. I haven't even seen his face. Okay, I walked up and talked to you. So I got to talk to that. That's what I was just saying. I'm going to go talk with them. Okay. We'll
I'm just thinking too,
reconvene.
if there's some way for the van and us to be safely and in your eyes permissibly moved somewhere to wait until he can be released, because I'm sure it's not a violent crime when he's being. So it's like we can always wait it out. There's things we can do to make it work.
Okay. Okay.
We want to be reasonable. I'm sorry that this all escalated so quickly. Genuinely, no one wanted this to happen.
Okay. Okay. All right. That sounds good. This is, I think, moving in the right direction. So let me talk with them, and we'll get back up with you. If you need to tend to this youngin', that's fine.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Such an interesting card here.
Sorry.
Okay. So what I'm
conviction that I have. It might be an interesting card, but it's a sincere spiritual conviction.
And you're putting words in my mouth, and
I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to. I apologize. That's the last thing.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is, we're just going to agree to disagree. Okay. You provided something that is required and that we asked for, so if we can, resolve this amicably, great.
I sincerely hope that's the case.
Good.
I have nothing against legal systems, against the people who use them. I have nothing against choosing to be a citizen. I just chose not to because it's my sincere spiritual conviction that I shouldn't.
Okay.
It's just between me and my God. That's all.
Okay.
I respect you. I respect your choices. I respect your system that you serve.
Okay.
I'm sincerely sorry that we violated your rules. We genuinely make an effort to respect them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And do you have a pen?
Yeah.
But you said we're gonna get it solved anyway.
What you hunting for?
I was just thinking I might have those papers in another place that I wasn't thinking of.
Okay, well,
probably doesn't matter at this point.
well, you know what? I hope you don't have any run-ins with the law anytime soon, but if you do, they will be handy.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for goodwill.
Yes, yes.
I also wish all of you goodwill, despite what...
Same to you. Okay.
All right.
What we got here?
I'm going to ask your signature. This is for your dog being off leash. This is by signing not an admission of guilt. It's just saying that you're going to take care of this fine or contest it in court within 30 days.
Okay.
All right. I circled the address and the phone number if you have any questions. You need to pay it before this date.
Santa Rosa, Milton. Where is that in relation to where we are?
It's approximately 30 minutes west.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay.
Still same county, just...
Yep. Probably
Okay. On our way out, so we won't be bothering you guys again. All right, and both places or just the one?
Just right here.
Just right
this
here.
This one's your copy.
And you're going to get a copy.
All right. That's for you.
All right.
Any questions for me?
So you said you're arresting David?
He's going to jail, yes.
Okay. We only have one phone. Can I see if he has the phone on him?
I'm going to give that. I'm going to see if he wants it in his personal property or...
yeah, sure.
do you want that?
If it's up to him. If he's okay with us having it, I think it would probably be easier if we had it.
Okay.
And then...
Are you out here by yourself? Do you have anybody that you can call?
The lady that you get milk from, you kind of are in contact with her.
We have talked once on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, we're just passing through. Okay. I have a friend who lives in Tampa. I've known him for many years, so I'm sure in a pinch he can...
Yeah, that's like 10 hours of driving time.
Yeah. He would fly out here to get to me. Okay. He's a good dude.
Do you have a way of communication?
My dad, like I said, has a house, lives out here in Florida, not near here, but would fly here also too. But like I said, if we just could get this somewhere in a way that's acceptable with everyone here, we could wait out until David gets out for whatever minor infraction I'm sure that he's probably charged with.
Okay.
What is he charged with, by the way, if you don't mind?
Obstruction.
Okay, is that...
And failure to provide his name and date of birth.
Misdemeanors?
Yes.
Okay. I know, sweetie. Can you stay in the van for a quick?
I think we'll probably leave the van here.
Yeah.
Okay. It does not need to be here, and that's part of what we're addressing today. Okay.
It does not need. It is not allowed to be here.
Down this closed trail. So from up there at the parking area down here.
Would you? This is
and I know where you're going, but I'll hear you out. Go ahead.
Would you let him drive it to outside where we can be, and then no. Would one of you be able to drive it? No. Okay.
And you got to understand.
But you said you're willing to leave me in the van and the kids here as long as we promise not to drive. Oh, because we can't leave it here. Okay, right. Okay.
That's why I was seeing if you had a family or friend that could operate the van out of here. But I
what if there's a service like that locally? We could call someone, pay someone some money to do that.
Do you know you have the contract from who you rented the van from?
I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
That's who I would call. They have roadside assistance.
Okay. Great. Am I able to chat with David really quick in regards to that information really quick, or
is it just do you just need the phone? Is that what it is?
Well, I mean, there's that, but he might know like where and what information and that kind of thing. Just, like, I don't need to like have a long conversation with him or anything. Just to get that information about the van.
That's fine.
God damn it, Eric, you got me. This is exactly what I said earlier. Sorry, the chickens are over there being loud. This is what I said earlier. They would have to dedicate an officer to watch those kids until CPS came, or to take care of them until CPS came. Then there's the paperwork involved with doing all of that shit, and they're just not trying to do that. And I know I'm behind over here. Everybody's throwing up muted as I'm talking. Yeah, I was muted. The chickens were being loud. But yeah, that's why they're letting her off easy.
Hey, I just want to let you know you are going to jail for obstruction and failure to provide your name to a law enforcement officer. She's got some questions about the van. I'm going to let you speak with her.
So, I don't think you can get out. I'm not sure.
You're not allowed to get out. It's tight.
So, is it okay if I take the phone? They said that if we call the van company, that they should have roadside assistance, that they could maybe come out and drive us to a place where we can be parked, and then we can wait for you to... is he going to be able to deal with his situation internally, or...
I mean, he'll be able to,
are you asking if he... As a citizen, I won't be able to go and bail him out, obviously, so...
Yeah, are you asking if he can bond out?
If he's going to be able to...
It would be just be a normal, like, he can bond out if he's eligible to, yeah.
Okay. But like, he'd be able to do that...
You got to understand, I don't know if there's any criminal history at all. I don't know if the judge is going to need to speak to him. Okay. If it's a normal situation, he'll be able to bond out, okay? If it's a typical situation, okay?
And I guess my question is, like, will he be able to access, like, funds on his own in there to be able to do that, or should I, like, send him with an amount of, like, because I won't be able to go, me personally, and go at the courthouse and pay it, because
it won't
be a citizen to do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be at the courthouse, it would be at the jail. So y'all would have to work that out, however. Okay, that's like on the back end.
I totally understand.
Okay.
Not your problem.
No. I'm not trying to be rude.
No,
I'm not trying to be rude.
I totally get it.
It's just I'm trying to figure out your logistical challenges with the children and no license.
And I appreciate you guys being as cool as you were, given the circumstances. I know everything escalated. I can understand both sides. It sucks to be in the middle of it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you need
questions? Yeah. So you think that that's true? That if I call the van company, they will be able to have roadside assistance help me out in that way? Okay. And that information is in the packet. Okay. And how long will I have to get that done? Like, for someone to come out here and move us over there before we're like, it's a huge problem. In a reasonable amount of time. We'll do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible. I'm not coming back here to write you another ticket in an hour. Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna wait. I'm just saying, like, okay.
Yeah, try and get it done.
I just don't want to cause further issues.
No, it's okay. Try and get it done today. Okay.
We'll get it done today, for sure. Okay, and then we'll have the phone, so you'll be able to get a hold of us. Is there anything else that you'll need?
Do you need any phone numbers out of there?
You got all the phone numbers you need? Because I think I'm going to take the phone. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good? Okay. I love you. Keep it safe. Oh, sorry. Okay.
What is that?
Yeah, I got it.
In the back, the yellow thing? Yeah. Just a card that I wrote.
Sit back. Did you double lock him?
No.
Searching good. Step out for me.
Should I bring my debit card, or should you?
Oh, would that be a good idea for him to have on?
Just turn around right here. Turn around right here.
All right, so I'm going to talk and then I'm going to let this play for 52 seconds because the 52 seconds is good. So the way the bonding out process worked, where I worked, you could do it cash, or we had a whole ass ATM out in the lobby so that people could just get their debit card, get us cash, and be done. So if he has a debit card, they literally let him walk to the ATM, get the money, there you go, and be done. So they don't need to stuff it like $200, $100 cash if you even had a cash bond. And it seems to be this female game warden, fish and wildlife. It seems to be like her first day on the job because she's scared of fucking everything. She didn't double lock the cuffs before she threw the guy in the back. It's getting annoying from her.
Spread your feet for me. Okay. Can you
debit?
Yep, got the debit.
You can just get out barefoot at the jail.
In the end, David was cited for 2 non-criminal infractions, one for the dog being off leash and one for use of a closed road. He was also charged with misdemeanor resisting or interfering with a wildlife officer. He bonded out, and as of the time of making this video, his $110 in citations are still due, and he now has a warrant out for his arrest. Devin, the female man of flesh and blood,
I can only address you as a female man,
received a non-criminal infraction for the dog being off the leash. This is a $55 fee that over 5 months later remains unpaid. If you like this video and want to see more like it, subscribe to Arrest Cam. As always,
Arrest Cam, go subscribe over there. I know Artie pointed this out. Oh, it was an actual person narrator and not another AI channel. Yeah, I was just as shocked as he was. Somebody said, I don't know if it was Erica. I don't know who it was because there's 140 people here, or 148. Somebody said, oh, they're just going to jump to a different state. Yeah, that's probably exactly what they did. You're 1,000% correct. Oh, no, it's they have the police powers, but not always the training. It just seems as if she's She was terrified of the dog, terrified of the kids in the car. She didn't double lock the cuffs. It's just like too many rookie mistakes. But that's the video, guys. I'm going to I sound like Artie because Artie's like, oh, I got to go do like outside work. I got to go cut the grass. I got to go get gas for the lawnmower. I got to pull some ferns that are growing in my yard because we just bought this house and haven't been here. You know, it was Edward. We weren't here during the summer. We moved in the winter. So I have no idea what plant life live in my backyard. I did want to touch on one topic regarding hunting and fishing licenses. I understand that because hunting and fishing is something I enjoy. I've enjoyed it since I started hunting at like age 8. Some people like me, I'm pretty sure generally specific, people that hunt and fish and aren't dicks, we could probably do without licensing because we're not going to go and catch 400 fish out of a small pond, ruin the entire population and ruin it for future generations. But there are people out there, I've seen it on several channels. If the fish limit is 10 of a certain size, they catch them with 40 from the correct size all the way to like this big. So those people are the ones that fuck it up for everyone. Building permits, I can see those to a point. Driver's license, yes, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to go run and get some gas for this here lawnmower and then edit a video for reading the room. I just dropped the link for that if you guys want to go. I'm against all criminal charges for substance. Yes and no. Some people are dumb about it. That's just where I'm going to leave that. But if you guys want to, go hit the link for reading the room. Go subscribe. Also, for this channel, I'm almost at 17,000 subscribers. So, yeah, do with that information what you will. Everybody have a good weekend, Mother's Day, yada, yada.